I am Efren Maulino Tejoman, an independent researcher, not a technology, not a financial expert. I am but curious but ingenious person who loves to explore how things works and sometimes find a way to innovate and develop new ideas or devices to be more efficient, reliable, and cost effective. My ignorance is my best teacher, and through observation and experimentation, collecting significant data, using my intuition, senses, harnessing and understanding the law of nature, is where I get the best and reliable information. We are laboratories, conducting experiment with thought and extending that thought to function and utility. What we can accomplish is bewildering. All it takes is a jolt of inertia. It is not enough to sit and wait to things to happen. Success comes to those who are proactive and reactive, to people who possess what I call the dare to go. I love the old school, like the great Nikola Tesla, that relies upon empirical method. The empirical method is necessary in entering hitherto completely unexplored fields and becomes increasingly less purely empirical as the acquired mastery of the field increases. Successful use of empirical method demands a high degree of intuitive ability in the practitioner. This demands hundreds of hours of experimentation and observation before an inventor will guide him to design his working model and finally the engineering prototype. While doing an independent personal research and study in aqua farming from 2001 to 2007 in Coachella Valley, California, one of the problems I was trying to solve in industrialized aqua farming is to be self-sustaining in electricity. I started my independent research in designing a water turbine using a recirculating water system. Electricity is one of the factors eating the aqua farming profit. From 2006, I started fooling around with the law of thermodynamics and law of conservation of energy. According to this law, energy can neither be created or produced nor destroyed by itself. It can only be transformed according to the energy conservation law. The total inflow of energy into a system must equal to the total outflow of energy from the system plus the change in energy contained within the system. How about if you're going to combine the different potential energy into a system and harnessing them to produce one purpose? Okay? I documented my working models, in video, and these working models were made while doing my experimentation and observation from 2009 to July 2010. The data I accumulated were so vital that I'm willing to share to anybody who will gamble in my concept and willing to invest and build a company, and that is Frent Energy. Because we believe that success is the result of unselfish and highly talented creative partners and associates willing to face frustration, rejections, and seemingly open-ended time frames. The technology we are offering is a new design which is substantially efficient and have many applications. And this can run also some electric cars. It can provide even electricity to the grid, wherever the much needed electricity, Frent Energy will be there. We are all aware that in the future, the most important commodities is food and energy. I am the founder of Frent Energy and Desert Fisherman Hatchery. These are new companies in which I have done already the first step in research and development, starting with the Desert Fisherman Hatchery, in which I collaborated also with the founder of Aqua Farming Tech. This is Rocky Frent, my buddy, who is also a visionary, to whom we joined together in the research and development and innovation, being a founder also of a company. Our relationship is more of professional relationship. We respect each other in what we're doing, and now I'm ready now to start my company, in which I started it already, building it and preparing it 2001. And to date, 2019 is the right time for me now to introduce now my company. I would like to praise God for guiding me in any endeavor that I do in my life. My purpose is to help my fellow man. And now, people will understand what is my vision. To date, the desert fisherman from a local company in the desert will now become global to the open sea.
Ang HDPE cages ay uri ng cage na ang frame nito ay gawa sa makunat at matigas na plastic na kung saan matibay ito sa malakas na hampas ng alon at sipa ng hangin, kung kaya't less ang risk sa mga pagkawala ng isda at pagkasira ng cage. Sa pamimili kung saan natin ito ilalagay, mas mabuti kung makakahanap tayo ng mga lugar na may lalim na 15 hanggang 30 metro at may maganda itong agos o water current. Ang pag-aalaga sa fish cage ay alam natin na medyo mahirap, kaya hindi pwedeng maliliit ang ilalagay natin na fingerlings dito. So kailangan nasa 4 inches pataas o 15 grams ang ating ilalagay dito para mas matibay at sigurado na mas marami ang mabubuhay. Kung sa dami naman ng ating may ihuhulog, ang circular na cage at mas malaking size nito ay nag-aalaw ng mas maraming isda. So kumbaga, mas mataas ang stocking density nito kumpara sa mga kawayan lamang. So sa stocking density na 35 pieces per cubic meter, ang ating kasing cage na HDPE na mayroong diameter na 15 meters, ang volume nito ay mahigit 1,000 cubic meters. So tayo ay makakapaglagay ng mga 46,000 na piraso ng fingerlings. Sa pagpapakain naman, sa laki ng fingerlings na ating inilalagay, pwede na tayo kaagad mag-start sa pre-starter or starter stages hanggang sa finisher. Pagkaraan ng 4 hanggang 6 na buwan, depende sa ganda ng tubig, laki ng similya at galing ng pag-aalaga, sa laki ng cage na ito, maaaring makakuha ng mga 21,000 hanggang 22,000 kilos na may laking 500 grams na average. So, in terms of hectarage, katumbas ng isang 15-meter diameter by 7.5 meter deep na cage ay mga 10 hanggang 11 hektarya ng palaisdaan kung sa tonelada ang pinag-uusapan. Katumbas din naman ng cage na ito ay mga 3 pirasong bamboo cages na may sukat na 10 meters by 10 meters by 8 meters ang lalim. So dito, makikita natin na may mga advantages ang paggamit ng mas malaking cage kumpara sa maliliit. Ang dating 3 unit na 10 by 10 na inaalagaan ng 3 tao, pwede na lang itong gawin sa iisa lamang gamit ang 15 meters na HDPE cage. Mababawasan ang labor cost.
requires relatively good if not advanced technical know-how, highly skilled workers, good equipment and instrumentations, and a very good financial backup to sustain high stocking density. Keeping and growing tilapia requires a market size entails a lot of responsibilities, which means an expenditure not only money but also time. Through continuous innovation and research, many problems are solved in the intensive culture system, but greatly affected financially those partly funded commercial developments. Serious efforts towards practical and efficient plant design and understanding harnessing the available natural resources reduce the production costs. Tilapia, native to Africa and Middle East, captured their fish since biblical times. In Israel, they are called St. Peter's fish. The ancient Egyptians bred and raised them as source of food. The capacity of tilapia to adapt to a wide range of environmental situations surpasses the practical role under this species. It is precisely this capability that has resulted in their being used as an important food source in many tropical countries, where they are now farmed like cargo trout in Europe and North America. Tilapia, the second most common farm-raised fish in the world. The development of quality broodstock is one of the key in the success of intensive tilapia farming. Three-way crossing of different species of tilapia is usually done. The species that are most commonly reared in aquaculture are in genus Orychromis. These include the Nile tilapia, Orychromis niloticus, the Mozambique tilapia, Orychromis mozambicus, the blue tilapia, Orychromis aureus, and Orychromis hornorum. The main objective of broodstock development is to tailor fit to the condition of the existing water of the farm, temperature, environmental and nutritional requirements to achieve the maximum growth rate from fry to status size the shortest time possible. Record keeping of the length-weight relationship, growth rate potential to eggs is a must to every farm. By religiously monitoring and recording this important data will be your barometer in the eggs production during spawning. In industrialized tilapia farming, breeders should produce uniform offspring, meaning like growing only one or two tilapia which numbers a million. Male and female tilapia are meticulously inspected by the highly trained technician. The female tilapia are separated from the male and put into conditioning tank, thus triggering gonadal attrition. Being able to do synchronous spawning, production of eggs is maximized. Broodstock are always maintained on high protein diet to maintain production of quality eggs that result into healthy fry. Male tilapia begins courtship display in front of the female. Only the male takes an initiative in courtship while the female plays merely a passive role. Female tilapia are responded to courting. Male-banded monogamous pair remain together until the fertilized eggs is picked up by the female, and male tilapia will immediately look for another female and will readily mate again. Almost all tilapia are mouth brooders, where one of the parents takes up the eggs into its mouth for hatching. Cannibalism between fingerlings and fry are high among tilapia. The fingerlings will eat anything alive that is near eating fry. The female tilapia looks after the fry until they are able to swim around independently. The female tilapia will open her mouth as a refuge whenever any danger threatens the young. ratio is 1:3. Tilapia eggs are collected from the mouth of the female tilapia for artificial incubation. Bear in mind, the production of eggs in intensive tilapia farming is stronger than grow out of tilapia. The accurate record of spawning are very important in investigating the environmental or behavioral requirements needed for successful production of eggs may depend on being able to replicate. These special circumstances that trigger spawning are multifactorial, consisting perhaps of combination of factors such as water temperature, presence of natural food for the survival of the fry, photoperiod and change in water chemistry. The female tilapia where eggs are collected are transferred to conditioning tank in preparation for another spawn. Reproductive success or hatchability must be done within age classes or on fish of similar sizes. Should produce 80 to 100% male offspring, and sex reversal should not be more than 20%. Tilapia hatchery. Collected tilapia eggs are immediately processed by highly trained technicians for artificial incubation. Environmental changes plays a direct part in the levels of stress level, and the acclimatization to hatchery water conditions should be done gradually. Unwanted debris, scales and fingerlings are carefully separated from the eggs and fry. Continuous supply of clean water with a constant temperature between 26 and 28 degrees centigrade is maintained within the hatchery. Hot fry are carefully separated from the eggs before pouring the eggs in the incubator jar. The most common method of incubating tilapia eggs is in modified McDonald jar. The jar is a tube within a tube designed to allow circulating water to enter the bottom of the jar to keep the eggs in circular motion without carrying eggs out of the jar. Newly hatched swim of fry are carried out of the jar by the upwelling water currents. Unhatched and hatched eggshells are immediately removed to prevent any contamination of water, which will be the cause of disease. This to ensure the survivability of the newly hatched fry. Once the fry start feeding, they are fed with high-protein diet every 2 hours. Any uneaten food and waste are immediately removed from the tank. Fry are moved to 30-footer circular tank where natural food is also available. They are still maintained on high-protein diet. Water suitable for growing fish or tilapia is a complex soup consisting of gases, minerals, solids, and many different organisms. The combination of proportions of these components and the resulting levels of, for example, acidity, alkalinity, hardness, salinity, and nitrogen for the type of fish you want to grow are vital for the long-term health of your tank. So managing the water chemistry of your tank involves first designing your tank from the outset with the correct basic materials, and then what source of water you're going to use, the amount of water and its availability, and then monitoring water quality regularly so that you can spot the correct problems very early on. On this way, fish and other inhabitants will not be subjected to any significant stress. It's true to say that the health of any fish is closely related to the health of its environment. The big concrete circular tanks, the water escapes, and natural foods are food tube. Once the fingerlings reach the 10 grams weight and length of 1 inch, they are weighed and sampled in preparation for transfer to grow out tank. Same age and sizes should be observed the date when it was transferred. What tank should be recorded, and every 2 weeks the growth rate should be monitored. Acclimatization to water condition and tank environment should be done gradually. This is an SOP every transfer of fish. Fish, like all animals, require a well-balanced diet including protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamins, and minerals. In intensive tilapia farming, fish, especially the high protein needed for growth and fry to status size, comprises 30 to 60% of the total operating costs of intensive tilapia farming. The efficiently growing natural food that contains the much needed protein for growth will greatly reduce the expenses for manufactured fish meals, especially the expensive high protein feeds. Dissolved oxygen, pH, ammonia, and nitrite is checked daily, including the water temperature of the tank on different places. Feeding of supplemental protein diet is maintained every day to assure their target date of marketable size is achieved. Continuous supply of water coming from geothermal deep well is maintained. These are some of the environmental requirements needed by tilapia to stay healthy. Hard alkaline water, 250 milligrams per liter calcium carbonate. Constant temperature of 26 degrees centigrade with a pH range of 8.6 to 9.2. Remember that the grow-out tank used in growing fish in aquaculture has no or little ecosystem balance. Grow-out tank controlled environment, focus in dissolved oxygen, waste management and levels, ability of water to ionization. Status-sized tilapia are harvested and transferred to high stocking density circular tank. starter size are transferred to the grow-out tank for marketable size tilapia. A 100-liter concrete seafood tank with a high stacking density. A 5 horsepower paddy wheels kept running 24/7. Demand feeders are used for feeding tilapia. It delivers the feeds through continuous trickles of a small amount of feeds due to the pendulum-like movement created by the water current. Circular tanks used in intensive tilapia farming are self-cleaning. Flushing of the accumulated waste in the center of the tank should be done regularly to maintain the healthiness of the water suitable for growing tilapia. Only the locally grown tilapia can supply the live market and can supply the needed demand of the market today. After all the money and time is spent in growing tilapia to market size, a very efficient grading and harvesting system that minimizes stress and will not damage the scales and mucus of tilapia should be taken in serious consideration. By every tilapia farm selling their produce live to the end consumers. Stacking density level circular tank containing marketable size tilapia is being prepared for harvesting. Idea of harvesting grading system I designed for circular tank exceeded the farm expectation and proved to be significantly less traumatic to tilapia harvested for market. By minimizing stress and damage to scales and mucus, you produce a high-quality tilapia, uniform in size, and a consistent product that can demand a competitive price. Tilapia remain calmly in the water while the smaller fish swim through the smooth surface of the grading bars, and the marketable size as waves do not scrape the scales or the mucus. The harvesting grading process needn't be unduly stressful or physically traumatizing to the workers or tilapia. By taking control of the grading process, you deliver more fish because you can sort more tilapia with less time and labor. Do in few hours what took all day to do before. Holding tank for tilapia ready for market. early morning loading is done since water temperature is lower and favorable to fish. Transporting your produce to outlet can be extremely stressful. Water temperature, dissolved oxygen, and ionized ammonia, and other ways that may contaminate and affect the quality of water inside your transport tank should be always monitored along the way. Delivery of live tilapia to outlet is twice a week. You must have a very good transport system in your delivery. The storage system of live market in the United States is an aquarium, and the outlet only orders the amount needed to be consumed 3 to 4 days. The total health, wholesome appearance, and survivability of tilapia inside the aquarium of the outlet where they display their produce will dictate its desirability to the end consumers. The States market has the most demanding consumer. They want quality produce, tastier and safer fish to eat. The price they're willing to pay to ensure what they're eating is beneficial to their health and well-being.
These are my F3 and F4 that I am developing in my stock development for the red tilapia and golden orange for industrial scale of fish production. To date, this local company that started in the desert will now be global and be in the shoreline, from the desert to the shoreline
is
to the
critical.
open sea.
You know, it's not important, it's
Tilapia,
critical. I think we need to farm the ocean to farm the land.
We need to grow the supply of environmentally responsible seafood.
Well, by moving out into the open ocean, we move the fish far out into a much healthier environment. Currents are brisk, the fish never see the same water twice. I'm Brian O'Hanlon, the founder of Open Blue, the world's largest open ocean fish farm.
Welcome to The Next List. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Every year the world's population grows, and with it, the need for more food. Seafood in particular is in demand because it is such high-quality protein. But the number of fish caught in the wild doesn't even come close to meeting the demand. In fact, right now, nearly half the seafood people eat comes from aquaculture or farming, and that's where any new supply will have to come from as well. Brian O'Hanlon is third-generation fisherman. He's also the founder of Open Blue. Over the last 10 years, O'Hanlon has developed this innovative approach to farming. He is raising his fish far out at sea. O'Hanlon is convinced the swift currents of the open ocean produce healthier, cleaner fish with little impact on the environment. And he is determined to prove it in the pristine waters off the coast of
Desert Fisherman, a local company that started from the desert, will now have a fish that can be raised in freshwater and saltwater, global. Tilapia were and still are famous for spawning in abundance. They were also the easiest fish to catch during biblical times, as they required little equipment to catch, as they stay relatively close to the surface of the water and swim close together. Beyond the experience of Jesus and St. Peter, tilapia was also important because it was an available resource of nutritious sustenance, making it vital during biblical times, where fresh food was often scarce. Locals didn't have a means of preservation, so going from sea to plate was the only option. Since then, tilapia's ability to quickly mature and reproduce has allowed communities surrounding the Sea of Galilee, as well as other bodies of water around the world, to satiate their appetites for fish and healthy protein. The nutritious feast was and still is enjoyed by those who follow Jesus and live by what he preached. Moreover, it is sustainable, ethical, and nutritious feast that can be enjoyed